Welcome back to GBGuns. You're looking at two interesting front ends of some uppers that I've got. Wanted to give you a sneak peek of these. Coming up next on GBGuns. These two uppers are from Washington-based Hardened Arms, a company that is one of those few that actually makes everything in-house. They're not a rebranding of other people's products. And we got these two uppers in. My intent was to get them shot this past weekend. Unfortunately, was unable to do that. So I wanted to show you what it is that I'll be working on and what we can expect from these. So the first upper is an SBR or pistol length upper. As you can see here, I had mounted up with a 1:4. The muzzle device is what makes it different. So you can see we've got a bit of flash hider and compensation going on there along with this shroud. And the intent of this from Hardened Arms is to get some control on the muzzle rise that tends to happen on SBRs and pistols. You know, it pops up and throws you off your shot each time. So this is really meant to be a compensator. It looks to me to be more of a flash hider type thing with a shroud to perhaps reduce percussion around it. It's a new device being launched this year at SHOT Show, and we get to try it out first. The handguard, I love the slim with an expansion to Picatinny on the end and QD points. Everything looks nicely made. You can see the handguard to receiver mating, which is always a point that I pick at, is flawless. Very nicely done. And this one came with their standard bolt and charging handle. Unfortunately, I don't have an SBR and I can't shoot this at my local range. So I will be slapping it onto a basic pistol lower that I have, and I'll have to get out to the woods to give it a try. But really, and of course, we'll be looking at everything, and we see the build quality here. But the handguard and this muzzle device combination is why we've got this one in. Love to hear your thoughts on it below. Let's take a look at that rifle upper. So this rifle upper has what they're calling the crucible on it. And as you can see, the rail extends to the absolute tip of the muzzle, which has a break in it. This break and rail end combo are designed together and work together. And the idea is to still have a break, but a little bit of protection on the end there to keep from, say, burning a range bag or things like that. I know at first thought non-believers would maybe scoff at it and say, ha, well, you just wait for it to cool down. But I'm sure we've all been in that situation where you have to rush out of the range. So it's kind of a nice idea there to provide a little bit of extra shielding. And of course, this is aluminum, and that's why it's paired directly with their brake, because all of the vents on the brake itself and the vents on this shroud, if you will, are timed to work together without destroying the aluminum, as would happen if you put this on a brake that wasn't lined up with it. So looking at our build quality, you can see once again kind of becoming standard or expected with Hardened Arms is a perfect timing and alignment of this end piece to the handguard. Handguard is well vented, Picatinny all the way down. And handguard to receiver match, I mean, it almost looks monolithic. Very nicely done. I tossed in an Aero Precision charging handle and a Sharps bolt in this to make it run. And I've got the Styrka. This is a 2.5 to 15, 30mm tube, 50mm objective that's in for view. It's a MOA scope. as far as MOA reticle and everything. So we'll be taking a look at that. This one I can shoot at the local range, so that'll be a lot easier to get some shots done. I want to know what you guys want to see for a test of this. Of course, I'll do accuracy and all that, and I also want to see what kind of break effect this has on it. Of course, break and compensation are both relative. It depends on the shooter's skill. It depends on how well the thing's being held onto, off of many, many variables that make a true scientific test difficult without scientific equipment. But I'm going to do my best to show it to you. And the rifle upper will be slapped on a stag build that we have with a jarred trigger in it. And I'm also probably going to use the Ranger Proof lower because we know this thing is rock solid, and well, it's just a great lower. It's pretty hard to beat. So those two will go on the rifle, and the pistol on the shorter barrel, 13.5-inch barrel. Let me know what your thoughts are down below and what you'd like to see on these, and I'll get these out to the range as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.